Alrighty everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Isaac. Right, so recently a few of you have been asking me when I'm going to do a review on my bike. So here is a review on my bike. So the plan for this video is I'm going to tell you what's on the bike, the components, the size, all the details on the bike, and then I'm going to give you an actual review on what I think of it, how it's performed for me, and what I do and don't like about it. So hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get straight into the video. Alrighty, so as you guys have probably guessed, this bike is a Merida 160-400. It's the 2021 version and I got a size extra large. I'm 6'1" and it fits me absolutely perfectly. This bike has 27.5 inch wheels and I got a 2.4 inch wide Maxxis dissector on the back and a 2.5 inch wide Maxxis assegai on the front. These tyres have both performed really well. There's heaps of tread left on after 2 months of heavy riding and they've got heaps of life left in them and they're really great tyres. Had no problems with them and they're good tyres. The rims on this bike are the Merida comp rims. They're really good rims, they're aluminium rims. I had a couple with loose spokes a couple times after a couple hard landings, but tighten them up and these rims have performed really well. Okay, so the brakes on this bike are the Shimano Dior brakes. They're 4-piston brakes and we've got a 203mm rotor on the front and a 180mm rotor on the rear. I love these brakes, they're super powerful and they're definitely doing their job well. Okay, so moving on to the suspension. Up front we have a RockShox Yared. This has 170mm travel and it does have lockout. This is a really great fork. I absolutely love it. It's super smooth and plush and it's just worked brilliantly. I give this a 5 out of 5 star rating. The shock on this bike, we have a RockShox Deluxe Select Plus. It's a really great shock. I haven't had any problems with it. It's got 160mm travel. The only slight minor thing I'm not a huge fan of is there's a bit of oil leaking from the seals onto the stanchion. I have heard that this is normal for this shock though, so I'm not super worried. Moving on to the drivetrain, we have the Shimano Dior cassette. Now, I have had actually a big problem with this cassette. When I tighten it down to the 40 Newton meters, it still feels loose and rattles around like anything, and it is really annoying noise. I did take it into the bike shop and they said it was a normal problem in the Dior cassettes. So if you're looking for just an upgrade on cassette, I wouldn't recommend this one. But when it came with the bike and warranties covered it, so I'm getting a new one of them hopefully soon. The derailleur on this bike is also the Shimano Dior. This derailleur is great. I haven't had any problems with it. It's super smooth shifting. It does have a clutch, so that makes it really stiff and there's not very much chain slap. I love this derailleur. As I said before, super smooth and it works really well. The chain is also Shimano Dior. There's not really much to say about the chain. It's a chain, it does its job. And it works good. Right, so the dropper post on this bike is the Merida Comp TR. It's got 150mm travel and it works really well. Fairly budget dropper post. It's not very expensive. Fairly entry level as far as droppers go. There's a bit of play in it, but it works well and I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, so moving up to the cockpit, we have the Merida Expert bars and stems. These bars are 780mm wide. Most enduro bikes will come with 780mm wide bars. Haven't had to cut them down, haven't had to put wider ones on. They're perfect for me and they're really good bars. Alright, so when I was shopping for a bike, I wanted something that was under 3.5 grand, size extra large, an enduro bike, and it had to look good. And this is fit in all of those categories. I got it for $3,100 and in my opinion it looks really great. I was a bit skeptical at first about the black fading into the gunmetal grey, but when I saw it, it's super nice and shiny. Wasn't sure if I'd like the shine, but it fits really well with the bike. And then of course it's extra large. I needed an extra large. I'm 6'1". It fits me absolutely perfectly. It's definitely a lot better than my size medium bike, which I had before. This bike is really good on descents. I absolutely love it. It's got lots of suspension, so it's great for going over lots of rock gardens. It's also really good on the jumps. I wasn't sure at first if it would be though. It's quite a heavy, long bike, but I've done some pretty serious dirt jumps with it and it blows over them super smooth. When you get to the bottom of the trail, of course you need to climb up to get to the top again. This bike actually climbs a lot better than I'd expect it would. As I said earlier in the video, it's got lockout on the back and front, so you can completely lock it out and it climbs up really well. So a few of the pros on this bike for me is the dropper post. It's quite a minor one, but it's super handy having a dropper post. Another thing I love about this bike is how it looks. I wasn't sure, as I said before, about the shine, but it looks really good and I'm super happy with how it looks. Also, as I said earlier in the video, I love the fork. That's a real highlight on this bike. It's super smooth and plush and it's definitely got 5 stars from me. And of course, the size, coming from a medium bike up to a bike that fits me, definitely is a huge thing that I love about this bike. It's so nice having something that actually fits you. Okay, so a few of the not so great things about this bike is the dropper post does have a little bit of play in it. I know that's common among most low-end droppers, but still it's a little bit annoying. Obviously, the big con of this bike is the cassette. It's super rattly and I'm not very happy with that. It happened about a couple weeks after I got the bike. I hadn't done very much riding yet and I noticed it was loose and rattly. But warranty is replacing it, so I'm getting a new one. I can't complain too much, but it is a little bit annoying. And that's just about it. If you're looking for a good budget enduro bike, I would definitely have a look at this bike. I'm super happy with it and very glad I bought it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.